Hey guys, how are we doing?
Hey guys.
How are you guys going?
Yeah, good. Christian and Selina, we want to jump on board with yours today. We want to speak about your story. We want to speak about hunting, which is all of us big passion in the outdoors. And yeah, sort of just having a good old chat.
Yeah.
So what's you guys been up to today?
I went hunting this morning, chasing sambar, but weather was no good, so ended up just coming home wet and cold.
Yeah, right. So sambar deer, is that the biggest deer in Australia, isn't it?
Yeah, they're between them and reds. It's kind of
No,
debatable.
Sambar's definitely bigger.
Yeah, okay. And they're only in down Victoria, as far as I know.
I actually read something. I think they're also in like one spot of Northern Territory as well, like right at the very top.
Yeah, right. Yeah, sweet. I was trying to chase sambar in the past, more than a year ago, but I saw them, but never managed to get one.
Yeah, they're pretty alert.
They're pretty alert. I think some people call them ghosts of the forest or something. And, this one sambar, I was coming up the hill. I heard something crash up there, and I come up top of the hill, and it's just gone. I didn't hear it run away. It was just gone. Like you couldn't hear it walk or anything. And then you hear that hump.
Yeah.
And it's like your whole body just shakes like a drum when they hunt, because you probably don't know, but then they, like all animals have like an alert sound.
Yeah.
And you heard the melodious alert sound, like a bark.
Yeah.
But sambar here, they come like with a huge hump, and it just goes through your body. Like
when I heard it the first time, it reminded me of like an air horn.
Yeah. And you can feel it, like
Yeah, when you got the earmuffs on, you got them turned up, and it really
Yeah. Yeah, right.
We don't really know too much about sambar though. Dylan's never got a sambar before, so we don't actually know too much about them. But yeah.
Yeah, we usually chase the fallow or reds because they're close to home. So
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is it a red in the background, or is?
Yeah, that's a red deer.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a pretty good stake.
Yeah, he's big. It was hard to get in the back of the ute.
He was still pretty young, wasn't he?
Yeah, it's probably like 3 or 4 years old, that one. So they do get a lot bigger than that.
So how's the state forest rules down Victoria? If somebody wants to hunt state forest, what does that person need to do?
You just got to have a game license.
Yeah.
That's it.
And do you have to take a course or?
Nah. Obviously, you got your gun license course, but your game license, you just pay whatever it is a year, and then that's it.
Yeah. And do you book in the forest you go to, or do you just go?
No, you can just go.
Yeah. It's a bit more like New Zealand down Victoria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're lucky where we are because we've got state forests like really close to our house. Like we've got one that's as close as half an hour away, and then we've got one that's about 2 hours, and so they're still like decent. Like they can still be day trips.
Yeah.
So we're lucky where we are.
Yeah, surrounded by the bush.
Yeah.
State forest. We have like an hour range of the state forests we go to.
But we have to book in.
Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah, I was gonna say where you guys use the New South Wales. Yeah. What's it like there with state forest? You have to book in.
Yeah, we have to book. I don't know if it's always been like that, or it's COVID have something to do with it. I don't know. I doubt it. I think it's just more strict here, and it's called an R license here. What we have, it's called restricted license, and it's you do a course. You can do it online, I think, but it's more like I just took it like a normal course and just speak with other people and speak with other hunters, get out there and see some people, and it takes about a day, and you go through the rules about all about hunting in state forest and safety and all that sort of stuff. And then you have to be a member of this is when it comes to bow hunting. You have to be a member of a bow hunting society, I think it's called, or something like that, or something called a 3D AAA membership, which is 3D archery is a competition you do where you shoot on foam animals, and to be able to go to those competition, you need a 3D AAA membership card, because that card has insurance on it. So if something happens when you're out hunting, you have an insurance on that, and you also have insurance on your R license card, and has a lot of insurance on there, millions, as far as I know. So if something happened, you're pretty good there.
Yeah.
But you'll have to move in. You'll have to follow the rules to get insured. So we book in every time, and if we shoot something, you have to actually go into the DPI and register that you shot and what you shot and how many. And so yeah, it's a bit of a show to go out hunting.
I guess we're pretty lucky being in Victoria then.
Yeah, it's a bit more free down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do have to be careful, but I've run into other hunters in the area that I've been hunting in. So you definitely got to be careful either what you're shooting at or make sure there's no one else around.
Yeah. Do you wear orange sometimes or just pure camo?
No, I'm usually in full camo, so
We have to have something orange. So.
Yeah. But sometimes we hunt on private properties, the ones we got access to. We're all a bit far away, so it's a bit of a trip, but then you can more relax, and there's no one else around, and that's we've been door knocking a lot, and I wish that it was easier to get access to private properties in Australia, but I reckon too many people have done the wrong thing, and then farmers just get skeptical.
Yeah.
What do you guys reckon?
yeah. Well, apparently there's a bloke across the road from us that's got thousands of acres. He used to just leave gates open and let people come on, and then people start doing their thing, so he just locked all the gates and won't let anyone else on anymore.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the usual story.
What about my dad? My dad used to go shooting on, it was actually one of his mates' parents' properties. He just used to get small stuff like rabbits and foxes and stuff. But one day they found one of their cows dead. And I don't know if it had actually been shot or not, but they blamed my dad for it. And now he's not allowed back on there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, sometimes it goes both ways. Like my dad obviously didn't shoot the cow. I mean, when he went there, he used to just take a 22 with him. So, you have to be pretty unlucky to get knocked over by if you're a cow.
Yeah, like funny.
Yeah. So
No, I haven't. Yeah, I was in New Zealand 3 to 4 years ago, to work and also to experience the hunting, and they just have an amazing system there. So New Zealand, you can hunt national park, and that's pretty much all New Zealand, like besides the cities and towns. So what you have to do, when you go hunting, you go online and you tick just to get a mail proving you're allowed to hunt. It's just an email. It takes 2 minutes. You tick the areas you want to hunt in, and most people, I guess, just tick all the areas just in case. And then you get a mail, and you're all good to go. I would like the suggestion is to in the raw and rod, because there's going to be a lot of people out there in March, April to wear orange because bullets going to be flying somewhere. And so yeah, they suggest to do that, but otherwise it's pretty free. And in New Zealand they have something called Department of Conservation, DOC. They manage and build so many huts and cabins out in the national parks, where you just go up, or I think some you have to book in, but it's pretty much just honesty money. You put them in a little box, when you leave, for how many days you've been there, and we're talking a very little amount. And so then you can just go up in a cabin in the wilderness, middle of nowhere, and hunt feral animals, because they got pretty much the same feral animals, goats and different species of deer.
Yeah, do you know, I found out the other day that they have wallabies over there.
Do they?
And
Yeah,
that they're feral
and
animals, like they're pests over there, which is so weird.
In New Zealand, like wallabies, like it's kind of like something you want to hunt. Like but when you come to Australia, it's like they're everywhere and you don't hunt. Like now it's normal. But I remember in New Zealand, I was actually driving around to get access to hunt wallabies, but it never happened. But now I can't be bothered. I can't stop. But but yeah, that's true. And then possums as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they pest there.
Tons of them.
Yeah, some people live like their job is to cull and catch possums. That's their job. And you can sell the fur as well. I believe when I was in New Zealand, a kilo of possum fur was $150 worth. And when the possums is in winter coat, you need about roughly 5 to 8 possums to get a kilo. But in summer, you need twice as much to get that kilo of fur, and it's like a wool. You just pluck the possums, or some people, I think, skin them, and then you have an agent or something. I'm not too sure how it works, but then you send that away, and then you get your money. Pretty sure that's how it works.
Is that kind of like your roo shooting thing? How it's like per kilo, and then you take it to an abattoir?
Yeah. So I'm looking into roo shooting at the moment, and you get paid per kilo for the kangaroo that you take in. You got to get tags and stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, right.
Get like $1.40 for a kilo of roo.
Well, I think it changes, like the dollar changes, like the price what changes. But yeah, I don't know what the rules are with the rest of Australia, but in Victoria, you're not allowed to just go out and knock off a few roos. You got to.
No, it's I think you need some kind of license to it. But I don't know are they all populated at the moment? Or
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Way too many.
Yeah. I remember when I came to Australia, there was just in the end of the drought, and they'll always be along the road. But now we just spread it, and they breed like mice.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, so how long have you guys been hunting for, and how did it start? It sort of.
I guess I'll start because you kind of got into it from my family.
Yeah.
So I kind of grew up hunting small game with my dad. He just used to take me out with him all the time, and even rabbit trapping as well, which I'm not a fan of rabbit trapping at all. But then when I was 18, I moved away and just kind of moved from state to state for a bit and just done my own thing for probably about 10 years. So I didn't have anything to do with hunting. I actually completely just forgot about it for that time. And then when I fell pregnant, we moved back here and brought this property. And because Dylan moved over here with me, obviously, so he just naturally kind of got into hunting because of my dad. And then I kind of got back into it as well. So yeah. And then and then because we started this business that kind of like forced us to go out and do stuff with it, because that's sort of what's one of the things that our business is based around. So yeah, it kind of worked out really well.
Yeah, and it's so awesome that you can run business doing what you love. That's your brain, goes in hand.
Yeah.
We have a bit of a different story. When I was around, like I always loved being out in the forest back home and stuff like that. But when I was 16 in Denmark, we have to be 16 to be allowed to hunt, actually. Then you go on a course and you get your hunting license, and you go to a test with your shotgun to be able to hunt with that, and then you could hunt, pheasants, ducks, and waterfowl, which I did. It was good fun, and then you can get a rifle license, and you need to go to a test to do that as well. It's just 100 meters hitting the long zone on deer target, and 5 out of 6 bullets has to be in the zone. And then you get your rifle license. And later on, when I was 21, now I'm 26, but when I was 21, I took my bow license, which is practical tests and paper test, 20 questions. And the practical test is kind of like the rifle test, where just it's 6 different targets and different distances with the bow. And with the bow you want to use for hunting. So because there's actually 3 different types of bow license in Denmark. There's the compound bow, there's the recurve bow, and there's the long bow. And to hunt with each one of them, you'll have to go to each one's test. So it's very strict. And I went with the compound back then. Passed the test, and I remember clearly my first hunt with the compound bow. I couldn't sleep the day before the season opened. I was like a little child for Christmas. I was so pumped, like, and just to get out there. And it was just like to be, because I never really, my passion for hunting wasn't really there before. Like, it was just something, me and my dad would do once in a while.
Yeah.
But once I got that, once I saw that world there is for hunting, I was it was a whole new level in my, inside. And then I sort of came to a point where, it could be so cool to hunt with traditional bow. And that kind of came in hand with my traveling to New Zealand. That sort of came in hand, because over there you just go out. And I took my compound bow and my traditional bow with me. A quick funny story: when I brought my bows over in the airport, the first airport in Denmark, the security checked my bows. It was all sweet. But I was a bit concerned of how they were going to treat my bows. Like and he said, "We'll just put a firearm license on your bow bag, and it's gonna be all sweet." Cool. So I got to the next airport, which is Copenhagen Airport, the capital in Denmark. My last stop before we go overseas. And we're in the plane, sitting ready to go. And this security guy walks up to me, and he says, "Chris, what do you got in those bags?" And I say, "I got both. They all been checked in the previous town of the city." And he said, "Chris, I need to know right now, what do you have in those bags?" And I was like, "Whoa!" It's like people are sitting there listening, and they're speaking to me like I'm in terror. And I say, "I got a bow. It's been checked. You guys gonna laugh when you open." And he says, "Chris, we're gonna take all your bags off the plane. You can still continue with travel, but it's gonna be without your bags for now." And I was sitting there, whoa, and then he walks away and the plane takes off, and I was sitting there for 8 hours like, what's gonna happen? And when we come to Qatar airport in Middle East, I tried to get them to track the bags, and they said if it's all sweet, they're probably just coming to another plane, maybe through Thailand first and then New Zealand. And then finally, about 18 hours in another flight, I arrived to New Zealand and quickly get on to the people in the airport. And finally, they found out that the bags are all good. It's all been checked. Nothing happened because I wasn't a terrorist. And the bags comes straight to the motel where I'm staying for 2 nights, and it was all sweet. But yeah, not the best. And then you came into art how long ago?
Yeah, so I've always liked the outdoors, but kind of in a different way to how Christian does, like hiking and stuff like that. But when I met Christian, I got into archery. That was nearly a year ago now.
Yeah, nearly, yeah.
And been doing archery ever since, and I love it. But I haven't taken down my first critter yet because I'm still learning and that perfect shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. I haven't got a deer yet either, but I've got a new gun that we'll be picking up soon. So hopefully I get a bit of beginner's luck with that for when I go out with it.
Yeah. No, because it takes a lot of practice. And because I'm coming from a background where we have strict tests, so I'm trying to sort of keep that what we call it self-honesty. Like you don't want to go out in the woods, knowing that you can't hit. Obviously, mistakes happen.
It's not good for you or the animal, really.
No, you want to make it as fast as possible. You want to hit the lungs and the heart.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, Selina's making sure that she can do it before she brings the bow out.
Because we will have to get in about 15 meters to get it.
Yeah. And you can always say to yourself, if you can't hit consistent on 20 meters, but then say, okay, I'm just gonna get into 15 or 10 meters, otherwise I'm not gonna take a shot. It's just being honest to ourselves. I think is the key.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I like that.
Do you guys have any hunting trips coming up in the future or a couple of years future?
We wanted to maybe hit Tassie next year, didn't we?
Tasmania for the fallow deer.
Yeah.
Pretty fully overpopulated there, so
yeah, we just need to check out what all the rules with the state forests and stuff are over there, because we're not 100% sure if people just have to find properties over there or
maybe there's a Facebook group or something.
We'll probably do a bit more research down the track, but that's one of the things we wanted to do. And I think New Zealand would be a good one, and like Alaska or somewhere, and get a bear or something.
Yeah.
I'd love to get a moose.
Oh yeah, moose. I can oath that would be sick. Yeah,
they're so big.
They're huge. You can lie on the animals.
we were watching Meat Eater the other night. It was just was it on YouTube? We were just going through the episodes on YouTube, just letting them run through. And there was this one where Steve Ranella got run over by a moose.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
They're like bloody.
They're like taller than cars.
Yeah. And how many tons?
They're huge.
I don't know.
Yeah, massive.
And have you seen when I don't know what you call them. It's not called rut, I guess, but the bull comes like like it looks so funny when they come in. So we call it's like a kind of like a cow sort of just cruising through like nice and slow. Well, usually fellow deer, they just come raging.
Yeah.
But this one we just come make it nice and easy for the shooter. that's what I've seen, at least on what my research about moose. I had never been hunting before. But if you guys decide to go to New Zealand, it's gonna be a hell of a journey. It's amazing over there as well. Like Australia got so much to offer anyway. But New Zealand, it's that's also a really good place.
Yeah.
In the snow. Yeah.
Awesome.
What I used to say is, in Australia you got the animals that's dangerous, but in New Zealand it's the weather and the landscape.
Yeah.
You just change that. Those rivers too. They'll get you. But what sort of brought you? You've been in the business now for 10 months, I think.
10 months. Yeah.
And your brain is what you love, the outdoors and the hunting, especially hunting fellow deer and deer around the property.
Yeah.
How do you come to that? Like, what did you stumble across? How did all that came together?
Well, I think it all sort of, so like hunting and fishing sort of more comes under the sustainable lifestyle that we are aiming to sort of switch to. So eventually we want to just be able to hunt and fish for our own food and grow our own food on our property, and sort of just not have to go and buy stuff from the shops. So that's kind of where the hunting and the fishing thing comes under that.
Yeah, because you guys have something going on now with you only meat. You shoot.
For a month.
Yeah.
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah.
Which isn't going that well at the moment, but.
So what are we up to?
Day 14 today.
Yeah, so basically what we're doing is we're we're just calling it like the no shop meat challenge. So we're not buying any meat from the shop at all. So no meat, no fish. And we just basically have to hunt or fish for our own meat. And if we don't get anything, then we have to eat meat free. And we started with an empty freezer as well. So
Wow,
that was
that's
pretty
awesome.
stupid.
Yeah.
So we're going on like day, what did you say it was?
It's day 14 today.
Day 14. Oh, we had some meat for brekkie yesterday. Dylan got a hare. So we just went full like meat eater style and just chucked the back straps on a fucking fire that we made in the bush. It definitely was not the best way to eat hare. But yeah.
Probably knock off a few rabbits tonight, I reckon. I'm gonna have rabbit for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant. Yeah, I love that idea. So you've been eating hare, and what else have you been eating those 14 days?
Well, mainly rabbits, because that's what we have heaps of. We've got a shitload of rabbits around here. So we're pretty much only eating rabbit.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Lean meat, good sweet. It's almost like chicken.
Yeah, I love rabbit anyway, so
Yeah. But I didn't
if you
eat too much because I don't want to get sick of it.
if you guys get that sambar, you don't have to hunt for next month.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
well, that one he lasted 6 months, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was
Wow.
pretty weird.
Well, we were able to get the whole animal, so we didn't have to cut it up in the bush.
Yeah, that's right. We
take-
bring the whole thing home,
We
didn't we?
brought the
Yeah.
whole thing home, butchered the whole animal. So
Yeah, right. Yeah. And Selina got her first experience. It's about 6-8 weeks now, where she was with me out hunting, and first time she saw how it looks like when you actually take something down. Because before I was just on my own, or we didn't came across something, and that was a bit of an experience. What did you experience? How was it?
It was so cool. Like we were chasing goats mainly. Was it late afternoon? We went out for a hunt at this state forest, and we hiked a lot that day. We came across Christian was walking, and I was like, there was goats like right down just below us.
Yeah.
And then we kind of just stood there. Christian kind of stalked him a bit, but the angle they were on, we couldn't really get him from there. So we decided to walk back up, catch him, get in front of him. And how close was it?
They come right in.
They were right in, and like it was like
They like coming. We're walking up towards us, and so it's just pure ambush. And this young nanny, like they're starting to sense something. Suddenly they all look up confused, and I'm already drawn back, and I know this is now or never. And this nanny look at me perfectly front on, and I send the arrow directly in here, and it goes out through the back. She run 10 meters and just collapsed dead on the spot.
yeah, so that was a cool experience.
First you've seen, and you saw the butchering process and skinning, gutting, carrying out. We carried that goat down the mountain in pitch black,
Running into rocks,
Dedication.
trees.
falling around.
I fell down a couple of times.
Yeah,
It was that dark.
it was about pitch black, and it was half an hour from camp hiking, and it was up in the mountains. And first I look at my compass, and I'm like, hey, north, cool. We walk, and suddenly I look at my compass again. I'm saying to Selina, I'm just gonna check my compass. I know I'm the right direction. I look at my compass, south.
Oh no.
It's just that area, like you can get lost, like pine trees everywhere, mountain, and no sort of direction sense. And
Yeah.
I was using a digital compass, which is not very clever, and I only had 5 or 10% battery with. So
Oh shit.
I sort of just ended up saying to Selina, you have to keep up with me now. Now I'm just gonna set the pace because we're gonna hit the road before my phone runs out. And then she's running behind me.
And you were carrying your goat,
Yeah.
your bow, everything, and I'm like still way behind.
But yeah, that was Selina's first experience with seeing a critter getting taken and seeing the whole process.
I think it's on our YouTube, isn't it?
It's on. I think this one
it's not.
we didn't get this one on YouTube, but
I think I
we
actually
got a lot of.
that YouTube video of that one. Did it go for like maybe 10 minutes?
I think the recently one, is it?
No, I think I'm talking about the one you're talking about.
Now this one is quite long. I'm pretty sure. I think.
Oh, maybe I didn't watch that one then.
It was a 3-night camp.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I didn't watch that one.
There's another one with a pig.
A pig and a billy goat.
Yeah, and the billy goat is the recent one. I just didn't get the shot on the camera because it was only me. Selina was back in camp, so I couldn't film while I was shooting. That's one of the reasons I can't wait to get a GoPro camera. Because you can't shoot and film at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
And you don't have time to set it up. Like set the tripod up and then like
You'll miss the shot.
you'll just ruin your opportunities. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Dylan's still trying to master that when he goes out by himself. Because when I go with him, I'm kind of like the camera person.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, when Dylan goes out by himself, he always forgets to either take the GoPro, forgets to fucking charge it, or forgets to bloody turn it on. Like he'll have it on his head, but he'll forget to turn it on. But I guess it hasn't really mattered because he hasn't got anything. So so it'll probably matter if you miss.
But like we have like 3 videos, I think, where we don't get anything, but the video is still good.
Yeah.
And because we want to share that. We want to share that, like, it's so often nothing happens. Like, but we still had a great day. A great trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were kind of like we've been in the business as long as you guys, 10 months, and straight away, like I got on the phone call with my mentor, and I signed up for the platform, and we were sort of talking about, what brand, what is my interests, because I was the first one to get started, and Selina jumped on a week later, and I love the outdoors, bow hunting, and we quickly found out that's going to be my brand, and now a week later Selina jumped in, and that's 10 months, forward. We haven't looked back. We're gonna change our situation completely with this, crazy opportunity that's out there.
Yeah, pretty much when we met, like within the first couple of weeks, Christian came across the business, and we've been doing it pretty much ever since we first met.
Yeah, I saw this guy on Facebook, and it wasn't even an ad. It was I might have been friend with him somehow, and he was talking about positive mindset, and to live your dream life and to sort of try something completely different. And to me, that just sounded interesting, and I reached out to him, and we had a bit of a chat, and then we had a phone call, and I was like, man, sign up, I'm ready for this. And yeah, this just we haven't looked back since, and we've been loving that journey. It's been ups and downs, but it's crazy what you can do with your phone nowadays.
Oh, I know, it's unreal.
Yeah. So that's pretty much what we sort of wanted to talk about today. Is there anything you guys want to add before we jump off?
Not really. Probably just that. Yeah, we're stoked that we got onto the platform as well. We actually got onto it through my sister and her partner. They started it first, and they kind of just started like, I think when they first started, they were a little bit, they didn't really want to talk about it very much, like in front of family and stuff, because obviously family doesn't really understand this sort of stuff. And but yeah, anyway, so they kind of just were talking about it here and there, and me and Dylan were like, what are you doing? Like, we want to know what you're doing. So they told us, when they sort of told us about even just like the compensation plan, like the amount of money that can be made and stuff, that's what kind of got us first. And then when they told us about like how you just kind of use your lifestyle, and that's how you advertise.
Yeah, because the business, like the model is already made for us.
Yeah.
The platform is already made. Like we just have to create our own personal brand through a business, through a platform. And I'm like, why swim against the stream when we can swim, along the stream, with the stream from the first day? You hear all these people, they want to start a completely own thing online, e-commerce or something like that, and so many of them fail, half a year in, or don't get anywhere. But that's definitely one of the reasons I found this attractive, because everything is already perfected. Like and even today we're still trying to make it better. That was definitely some of the reasons. Like we didn't have to create a like, what do you call it, a new business. Like
well, that's it.
It's already all done
like
for you.
you get a business model base, like a foundation for you to just grow and build it yourself around your own, your own lifestyle. So you're basically, that's basically what we do, like give people a business to build themselves, and they don't have to do anything except build it around the things that they love doing most, which is pretty like unreal when you think about it. Like that's really cool.
I remember
so many people.
3 or 4 weeks before we found out about this business, or before we talked to Jordan Tiana about it, I had a real shit day at work in Ballarat. It was just raining, it was muddy, and I just thought it wasn't good. And on my way home, I rang Steph and I said, we've got to find a different way for us to make money. I'm not doing this shit for the rest of my life. So.
And what was my response? I was like, righto, like, what are we going to do? Like what, you just expect us to pull a business out of our ass to run? And then, like 4 weeks later, Tiana and Geordie stumbled across this thing, and we were like, all right, that's it. Sign us up on board. Here we are.
10 months later. And it's, you hear so many people that work and all they do is just, come to the weekend, or they complaining. And don't get me wrong, what I've done for work, I love what I'm doing for work. Actually, the work I had in my life is all being something I like doing. Otherwise I wouldn't do it. But same time, in that set, like saying that, my mind was just still, like, while I was working, my mind was still out hunting or out in a boat fishing, and I was just always like, how can this just be full time? I knew I knew there was ways out there online to make a living. I just had no clue how it worked. And then I sort of didn't think about that anymore. And then I stumbled across my mentor today on Facebook and reached out to him. Had a day at work where sitting and having lunch, and then I just texted him.
And I think that's one of the things that we found we were doing as well. We were like, we always wanted to be outdoors, go fishing, camping, hunting, the usual stuff. But during the week, like you said, your mind is still there. So we found that we were just kind of like wishing our lives away in between the weekends, which to us, it's not really living. Like, true, like, why would you want to wish the time away?
All of a sudden, another year's gone. And it goes real quick.
Yeah, especially working roster work as well, because we used to work fly in, fly out in the mines. So we used to work 2 weeks on and 1 week off. So we would just, for that 2 weeks at work, we would just be hanging for our week off, which was really not that healthy, because we're just wishing away 2 weeks of our life at a time. To us, that's not how we want to live our lives. We don't want to be wishing away our lives and wasting time. We want to be like present in the moment and doing what we love.
Completely opposite. And you see it everywhere. There's obviously people that love their job, they don't want to do anything else, they want to but you also see a lot of people that actually want to work online. It was most search sentence on Google in 2020, how to make money online. And they just need that guidance. They just need that somebody to teach them. And that's what the platform did for me and Selina. It just taught us everything about online marketing, advertising, personal branding, and then you got the whole community and you got the mentors. It's like
So much support.
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And you see all these people, they have been trying something before online, and then they come back to this business because they got so much faith in it.
Well, I think that's the thing as well. Like, a lot of the businesses that fail are actually like low ticket items. So
Yeah.
you have to sell these like $10 face creams, and you've got to sell a shitload to even make a profit. So by the time you like sell all them and you still don't make enough profit, and you see the small profit that you do make, you're kind of like, well, was all that effort even worth it?
Yeah,
But like, with us, because we're high ticket sales, so it's a whole different ballgame, you know what I mean?
And because it's automation. It's,
Exactly right, yeah.
it turns out like you gotta grind in the start. Obviously, it's like a not auto business just online. You gotta grind in the start, and then it turns into a passive income over time. And, then you can lean back and but why not still grind?
Yeah.
We can't wait what's to come in the future. It's gonna be mind blowing.
The journey so far.
Yeah, it is fun, I think. And like I have fun with it because I guess I'm like pretty creative, and with all the the content and stuff that we do, like when we go out, do anything like fishing or hunting or whatever it is that we're doing, like taking really cool photos and making really cool content, making videos and stuff, like I actually find it really fun. Like it's not a chore for me to do work.
Yeah.
Whereas
it's fun.
Yeah. It's fun. It's fun. And that's what you want. You want to find something that doesn't feel like work.
Yeah.
100%. And with COVID around, God knows how long, it's the best time now to start something online, or just to try something else, try to have a second stream of income somehow. It's because you just never safe in a job when COVID's around. Like you hear all these people, they suddenly they have a job, suddenly they don't have a job, and then they find another job, and then suddenly they don't have that job.
Yeah.
They get thrown around a little bit, and it's no better time than now.
Yep. It's all on the laptop or the smartphone as well, so
100%.
you can really take it anywhere with you as well.
Yeah. That's the power of it. We can go where we want. Yeah, as long as we got Wi-Fi or reception. Yeah,
exactly right.
And saying that, like, we can still go off like and say, okay, we'll put it on pause.
Go in the bush for 5 days or something.
And come back, and guess what? The business is still gonna be where we left. It's not gonna be. It's not gonna be down here from scratch, or it's gonna be exactly where we left it, or even better when you come back.
Yep, and you don't have employees underneath you that you have to try and trust to run your business while you're not there either.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the good parts about it. It's just like you guys.
And talking about underneath, like each other, we get a lot of people saying, "Oh, what you guys do, it's a pyramid scheme," and I'm like,
"Oh my God!"
First of all, pyramid scheme is illegal in Australia. It's illegal. Second, what we do with people at the bottom, I don't like saying the bottom, but the people at the bottom can earn more than the people at the top. And how does that work if it's a pyramid scheme? But we are at the point now, we just don't want to discuss it because we got trust in it. We know it's not a pyramid scheme, but we don't really have to explain ourselves. We love it.
Yeah, I think one of our things that we like, our mindset is we're not here to try and convince the people who think it's a pyramid scheme. We're here to help the people who actually want to do something with their lives.
Exactly.
Different, like we're not here to try and convince people what it is or what it is. Yeah,
not interested in it.
If you're not interested or you don't think it's legit or whatever, that's fine. Go find something else that suits you.
Yeah.
This business isn't for everyone, and that's okay. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
However,
And
anyone can do it.
And we can only guide people. We can't, like, as you said, we don't call people and say, hey guys, come and do this and this. We're here. Like, if people wants to come aboard, we're here. They can reach out to us.
Yeah.
And we don't want
to force anything down anyone's throats.
No, definitely not. And what we do is very, very real. it's we see all people coming in every day, and guess what? Nobody fooled them. They happy people. They no one scammed them.
And there's people in the community as well that have been able to leave their 9-to-5 jobs because they've been able to replace and even double, and some couples have even tripled their incomes. So it's like definitely possible to, to replace your income to get out of your 9-to-5.
And it's definitely it don't happen overnight. But we've seen people coming into business and they make money fast. But then you also you have people where it takes a bit longer, and that's never compare yourself to other people, because it's your journey, it's your path, it's how much effort you put in, and you'll get the rewards.
Yeah.
So really powerful.
Definitely, yeah. Very great for stumbling across it.
So we'll do you guys have any more? Otherwise the fire looks like it's about to go out.
Better not go out. Dylan left me this morning with no fire. He went hunting and did bloody stoke the fire up for me, so can't let it go out again.
No.
But no, better go pick our little 1-year-old up from daycare anyway.
Yeah, it's been an honor to talk with you, and
Great chat.
Great chat.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for getting us on the call with you.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
No worries. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Yeah.
See ya.